So welcome back to those who have jumped over.
Oh, that was seamless.
Yeah, not sure we went anywhere. They might have.
I was definitely still there. I don't know if you were.
Oh, they haven't gone yet. Sam's working on that. No worries.
You're quicker than the technology.
Jump down. Sam, you killed me. Although you have bought pear drops.
And he's giving you some
And
time
the vegetarian pear drops. Steve's about to find out. Surrounded by these non-meat eaters, and welcome back on that note to the stream. I hope you caught the last wicket there of Smith, who launched himself down the wicket and tried a big drive off Ben Rain and was caught at backward point, leaving Worcestershire 101 now for 7. In all sorts of trouble. Kashif Ali, what is he going to do now? As Potts comes in to bowl, and he's going to give the strike to the new man, who is nearly run out without facing a ball. It's all happening here at the moment. It's all action cricket here at the Seat Unique Riverside.
Sam Blacklock.
And Sam is trying to be the generous man and taking the pear drops all around, as Taylor, the new batsman, was nearly run out without facing a ball.
He only realised that after he'd taken them away, though,
Yeah,
didn't he? He saw the stare from us.
He did.
And he went,
I managed to nick one, maybe two.
Good. Maybe, just maybe.
Maybe two. Well, 1.5 really. Well, that's pathetic. It's like a guitar pick.
He broke it. We've got the misshapes. Is it like the pear drop version of those?
Yeah, that's all we're worth. As Potts comes in now to Taylor, and this is a beauty that catches the outside edge. Absolute peach. Not what you want first ball, and Taylor goes without scoring. Durham on a roll. Worcestershire 100 now, and 2 for 8.
4 wickets in 16 balls. I would call that a sticky period for Worcestershire. The ball that Durham wanted to change as well.
Yeah, whose idea was that? It might be Ben Rain, was it? Who just threw in the ball and thought, have a look at that. In fact, maybe you should come off and I'll come back on now. And the change has worked, hasn't it? Potts has taken 2. Ben Rain has taken 2. In fact, that's, well, in this spell, Potts' 3rd wicket. Potts has 3 for 27. Rain 2 for 25. And Kashif Ali is looking on from the non-strikers and thinking, why did I take that run?
Oh, well, yeah, there is that. Yeah, it was 99 for 4. 10-15 minutes ago, and then Ben Rain trapped Ethan Brooks, LBW, the last of the penultimate ball, so of the 27th over. Following over, Potts got weight, bowled him. Waited a little bit longer. Final ball of the previous over, Ben Rain again in the action, getting Nathan Smith caught by Paul Coughlin. And then just 2 balls later, and a single, Matthew Potts gets Tommy Taylor to nick behind to Wally Robinson, and all that means is that Worcestershire have slipped from 99 for 4 to 102 for 8.
It does move quickly, like we saw with the Durham lower order. They went from 160 for 5 to 190 all out after the dismissal of Ben Stokes. And Matthew Potts, this is definitely something you don't want as a number 10 batsman coming in now, facing Potts under lights with his back up. It's Ben Allison, the new batsman, who has that task. And he doesn't last more than 1 ball. Potts is on a hat-trick. Allison's stumps are demolished. Nip back again. I was just sorry, I was trying to hear the ground announcer there. It was right into the action, I think, announcing that the new batsman was in. Well, he's on his way back now. Allison is bowled by Potts. And Potts now has 4 for 27. And your sticky patch has just got stickier.
It has. My feet
102 for 9.
My feet are caught. And I just wonder if we could see that one again, because the way, we've talked about how there's been a bit of lift from the Lumley end, and the ones at the Finkel end have just kept a little bit low. And I think that one nipped back off the seam, but I wonder if the way Ben Allison, who is a tall man, was just standing there, a touch low. It's back of a length, just.
Yeah, that's maybe a couple of inches, if anything, but he's been done again by the movement. Absolutely outstanding work by Matthew Potts, who I said now is on the verge of a 5-wicket haul and a hat-trick.
Now this is where...
Do you know what you want to do on debut, mate? Come in and face a hat-trick ball under lights.
What?
Amar Verdi is the new man to the crease.
Hasn't had a bowl.
Didn't get a bowl. He's going to trudge out, and if things don't go his way in the second innings, he might not get a bowl again. It's the cruelty of cricket. Durham now 1 ball away from a huge lead in the context of this game, being bowled out for 190 earlier in the day. And Sam Dallings called all afternoon actually and said, I think Durham are going to bat again tonight. And there's still, was there still 17 overs left?
No Peter Siddle. So just having a quick look. 3 hat-tricks before for Durham in first-class cricket. Harmy's got a couple of them. Rushworth has the other. So the last Durham hat-trick in first-class cricket was back in 2015 down at the Ageas Bowl.
The old slow hand clap.
The only thing he can do here is surely stick one on the stumps. Full and straight.
I don't think he's thinking of anything else.
Stokes
He's even getting Stokes in the cordon, which is incredible. I tell you what, these are the kind of moments he wraps that claw around the ball. That horrible digit of his. And Potts is in now on a hat-trick. Amir Verdi, the man on strike, who backs away. And oh my goodness, I thought he'd nick that one as well. Through to Ollie Robinson. Not sure Amir Verdi is the back and across kind of guy after that first ball. And if he'd have bowled anything like the 2 previous ones, he'd have been on the money and in with a hat-trick and a bit of history there, becoming the 4th Durham, well, the 3rd Durham bowler, but the 4th hat-trick.
I think he will be deploying the same plan for the next 2 balls. Full and straight, please.
I think he's backing himself for 5 here. And as normally happens with the tail enders, you get one on the stumps and it finds, well, not quite the middle of the bat, but definitely finds the full face of the bat.
Jumping around a bit, Amar Verdi. He certainly wouldn't have thought he'd be batting today when Jake Libby said, yeah, we'll have a bowl, please. But we've had that around
definitely hoped.
Yeah, around the country, particularly in Division 2.
There's wickets everywhere, isn't there? Have you got anybody else that's gone back in today? I think everybody's cashed in second dig, haven't they? And Potts unable to pick up his 5 as Verdi keeps this one out. All the fielders out in the deep. But that ends an excellent over from Potts. The early run off the over, which Ali is probably really regretting now. Taylor was nearly run out off the first ball of the over. And he didn't last any further than that. Neither did the next man in. And 102 now for 9 with Ali with all the work to do.
Well, we'd be the 3rd game to be entering a 3rd innings already. They are there.
The 3rd?
The 3rd game.
Wow.
Northants, Sussex, they've got 21 wickets at Northants. Sussex are dashing, actually, 72 for 1 after 13.
I think they've seen the light.
They've realised Tommy Haynes is going for a little bit. I think they've realised what's happening there. And Leicestershire are batting again with a 104-run lead. Up at, down at. It's all down at. I'm used to being at Taunton. It's all down at. Taunton it's always up at. Durham it's always down at.
Geographically, you got it pretty easy there, haven't you?
Yes, in terms of locating other grounds.
Yeah.
It's not great for my mileage. Not sure my car. I am equidistant between the 2. It's just it's 3 and a bit hours. A little bit less than that. At 5 in the morning this morning. Anyway, rain is in. Goes for a little reverse scoop there, Cashy Valley, because this field is set back. There is a couple of slips, and then a long on, a long off, a deep cover, a deep backward point, a 3rd, a long leg, a deep square leg. I just get the impression, Ashford, there's something telling me they would rather bowl at Amir Verdi than Cashy Valley.
Not sure what gives you that indication.
I'm quite astute. I pick up on these things. Perceptive, I think, is the word.
We'll have to get Ross upstairs to pan out to the outfield after this ball.
Cashy Valley uses his feet, strikes it, and turns down the single. He's looking to go straighter. It's a good field, actually, because long on, Cashy Valley doesn't hit very straight because of his strange wrists and the way he holds the bat, it's unorthodox. It's brilliant, but it's unorthodox. But it makes him punching down through mid-on is quite difficult. So long on is very wide. You'd almost call it deep mid-wicket.
It's only like a cow corner, isn't it? Traditional cow.
They run again. What's the vegetarian version of cow corner then? We should cater for
corn corner. I don't know. Sorry.
Didn't expect to be asked that, did you?
No, I didn't. I was quite quick there, but
yeah, it was good. I liked it. Other meat substitutes are available.
Absolutely.
But he won't be panning out because he's behind us.
Oh, Ross, you're killing me. Too cold for him up there.
Yeah.
Oh, have we got to switch over?
Oh.
Stevie will do it for us. The vampire's going to get his natural light. Although it's floodlit at the moment, he's fine. He's fine.
Field will close in now, I think.
Yeah, last couple.
Is that scoreboard a little bit behind? Because we definitely haven't just had 2 balls.
It is.
Is Graham operating it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's been a few technical gremlins around today.
I'm sure they'll be gone tomorrow. It's difficult, it's frustrating, apologies for it, but it frustrates us as much as it does you.
Rob Rush tells us the stream is all good now, which is great.
Swing and a miss. Nice little golf shot there from Kashi Valley. Lovely flourish. I think he might hurt himself, yeah. Those knees. Good to hear from Rob Rush. I think he started his new job this week.
Yeah, at some small television production company.
He won't last long.
Down in London? Nah, not at all.
They'll realise.
Rubbish bloke.
We've made a big mistake here, lads.
Rob, hope everything's going well, mate, in your first week down there.
Yeah, lovely to see. Good things happen to good people. Hoyt shot away. Kashi Valley has just got a little bit of backward length from Ben Rain. That's a terrible sentence from me. He's helped it on its way all the way over. He won't get the strike, but he will get 6 runs, and with it, that'll bring up his half century. 53 from 76 ball. The issue for Kashi Valley is he's running out of partners, but he's batted quite beautifully.
Yeah, that might be the last ball he faces, as Amar Verdi has a full over now to face of Matthew Potts, but that's an excellent 50, been head and shoulders above all of his teammates in that innings.
He got that lifeline, didn't he?
He did. That catch up first ball of Stokes, wasn't it?
It was in the 20s. I should have noted down how many he was on.
53 off 76 balls with 7 fours and a 6. And that was probably his quietest spell of the innings there. It was just come up there. In the last 5 overs, he'd only scored 2 runs. Potts now looking for a 5. Azamir Verdi in his sights. And that one is a play and a miss. What Durham don't want here is a niggly last wicket partnership that eats into this lead that they currently have. Stands at 82. They want to wrap this off quickly and try and increase that lead. Still 15 overs left in the day. What has happened there? That's hit a bit of inside leg there from Verdi. He's definitely trying to stay leg side of the ball, just trying to look to access the offside, I think, Sam, with his kind of stroke play. But that was very close again from Potts, targeting the stumps here of Verdi. Kashi Valley tries to offer some kind of support for his partner at the other end. Potts in away from us now here at the Finkel end. And again, as you find that when them balls are on the stumps, the number 11 tends to hit them. And Verdi keeps that one out there.
Would they be that disappointed if they batted a bit of time but didn't get any runs? If Durham's I'm sure they might not admit it openly, but Alex Lee
the runs, isn't it?
And Scott Walford.
Yeah, 100%.
They put on 10 in the next 15 overs. It'd be boring for everyone.
Although at the same time, what you don't want to do is be stuck with maybe 2 or 3 overs to bat. If you get, at least you're going to have the best part of an hour to bat here, aren't you? As Verdi flicks this away nicely down to fine leg, where they just settle for the single, where Ben Rain does the fielding. And there's actually a bit of blue sky around. I mean, there's not much, don't get me wrong, but we had that small period, didn't we, after Durham were bowled out, where it was nice and bright, and you think it's one of them days that, oh, here we go, we have to bat in the dark, and then everything starts to go in the favour of the opposition. But at the moment, we've had a pretty even flow of conditions, shall we say. The pitch is not going to change all that much with the amount of live grass that's on it. It's good pace coming off the pitch. You can play your shots, but looks like there's that one ball that might have your name on it. Both teams nearly their first innings completed. There were some good partnerships and some good moments for both teams where they looked like they were going to go on and get good totals, but wickets have fallen in bunches. Durham up the top and at the end. You'd have to say that Worcestershire got off to a great start. In fact, I think I said to Sue, the scorer, oh, he's doing really well here. You're on top at the tea break. Sorry, not at the tea break, the break for rain/bad light. And Durham have really cashed in after that. Kashif Ali on strike. Speaking of cashing in, and that's a short one. And I think he has injured himself, you know. He's just having a little stretch there, Ali.
That is the last thing Worcestershire need. It really is. Hopefully it's a bit of cramp maybe. He's not played much cricket recently.
It was after that. It was a massive shot, doesn't he? He came down the wicket and tried to really launch one. Going to put a fly slip in place here and put the scouts out. It's a tough one here. You want to keep Ali on strike, but you also don't want to give away an easy boundary. I think Potts might go short here. As he comes in, and Ali, and he does go short, and Ali absolutely nails that, but straight to Colin Ackerman, who'd gone from second slip out to deep mid-wicket. So the good part of that is that Ali will keep the strike from a Worcestershire perspective. The bad part is he's still stretching. He might have just injured himself a little bit. Score moves on now to 110 for 9. Kashif Ali moves on to 54. This is where, come on Stevie, you can do it for us, mate. Give us that pan shot from up on the top there. We can see all the fielders basically out on the boundary. Steve up on the roof, got the best view in the house, not the warmest view by any stretch.
Kashif Ali is on strike. Big shout for LBW. You think there might have been a bit of bat on it? Robinson and Ben Rain can't believe it. They were just assuming the finger would go up. Was there a bit of bat? Were there a couple of noises? So I'm going to have a quick look. It's done a lot, that. It's done a lot. They can't believe it. Ben Rain actually did really well. Had to be careful with his reaction. He held it back. Kashif Ali is now rubbing his leg. He's in real pain. That one's hit him quite high up in the fleshy bit. Just what he needed, Kashif Ali. Now he's gone up in the air. I think that's going to fall safe. Long on, long off, converge, and it does
really
fall just safe.
there too.
He's not moving freely at all. That went way up. Peter Siddle had no chance at long off. Kashif Ali, this is a real worry for Worcestershire. It's his right calf, I think, he's struggling with. Do you think it was that shot he played?
He definitely limped afterwards and stretched off, didn't he? But I don't know if the limp now that he has is more to the blow that he's took off that last ball. Not a great combination.
I don't know, because he's stretching out his right calf. He was holding it. He's not in.
He's in real trouble there, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, if he wasn't going to take one to the fielders on the boundary initially, I don't think he'll be taking any quick ones now. Field comes in, free slips for Verdi. swings the bat at that one. Ben Rain.
It was like a two-handed backhand at tennis, that wasn't it?
Great to see Amar Verdi out there playing cricket again. Not quite sure what the story is, but to go from winning the county championship, taking wickets on an England tour, taking wickets in the county championship, and then being on an England tour and being talked about as a test cricketer in the making, to have not played for Driven into the covers since July, so 2 years since he played a first-class game, and that was on loan at Somerset.
I think Cameron Steele's emergence as a frontline leg spinner and
Dan
obviously
Lawrence
a more
now.
than capable batsman, and you have Dan Lawrence, as you've just said, into that team.
Moriarty pushed ahead of him.
He'll
Will
probably
Jacks.
close it, yeah. And Moriarty's even had to jump ship as well. So
It's being multi-dimensional, isn't it? Cam Steele, it could be a frontline batter. I love Cam Steele. He's a lovely man, just a brilliant human.
He's a top man.
Successful time up here. Credits Paul Collingwood for getting him back, getting his bowling back. Actually had a period of the yips. Field spreads a bit. I'm not sure they'll take one. And they did take one.
Laughter there from Scott Borthwick as they took the one.
I don't think they could.
I guess every run is going to be
believe that.
important, though, isn't it? Like 112 for 9. And Ali might be thinking, I can take this on and get as many as I can if I can keep facing.
I suppose if he gets a boundary, it's better than. But yeah, so it was a bit
Last
surprised.
ball of the over, though, you would expect him to just, sit at the non-striker's end. Maybe he fancies Ben Rain going after him a bit more than Potts.
It's going to have to be back because he's not going to get free, you wouldn't imagine. I don't think he can run free at the moment.
This will be a really slow bouncer, I reckon. It's a slow ball.
Driven, it's gone up in the air, comes round to take the catch. It's Ben Stokes who loses his hat in the process. Slower ball hidden outside off stump. Kashi Valley, as we thought, had a big swing and a miss. That's probably the second single he'll regret taking then, because the first one caused a flurry of wickets. Ben Stokes, he lost that one. You can see on his just went puff of the cheeks. Went, I'm not sure where on earth that went. He takes the catch comfortably enough, and Worcestershire are bowled out for 112. So 190 plays 112, and they're just checking the players as to whether that's the end of the day, and I don't think it is.
Absolutely not. There
Even
might
though it's
be
post 6:30.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time left in the day.
The lead is a healthy one, actually. 78 in the context of this game, I think, is a brilliant lead for Durham. It will bat again. Just seeing who's racing off. Peter still hasn't raced off, so I don't think. I mean, this is a proper session, isn't it?
Still 12 overs left in the day.
Got to send your openers out here. So should we take a?
Yeah, I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll
break.
take a small break, then we'll summarise that innings,
Oh, yes.
and then we'll crack on with Durham's innings in reply. Welcome back to the Seat Unique Riverside as we start innings 3 on day 1 of the Vitality Health Insurance County Championship game here at the Riverside between Durham and Worcestershire. Durham Cricket currently lead by 78 runs, having just bowled out Worcestershire in their first innings for 112. Let's go through the scorecard here. Roderick was LBW Potts for 9, Libby caught Lees bowled Stokes for 13, Kashif Ali, last man out, was caught Stokes bowled by Rain for 55. As Smith opens the bowling from the Lumley end.
For the second time today.
Yeah, absolutely. Rob Jones was caught by Lees off the bowling of Siddle. And from there it all started to go wrong, and very quickly. Adam Hose was bowled by Siddle for no score. Brooks, LBW, Rain for 8. Waite bowled Potts second ball for 0. Smith out for 1, caught by Paul Coughlin off the bowling of Ben Rain. Taylor did get a first ball, as did Allison. Taylor was caught, Robinson bowled Potts. Allison was bowled by Potts. And Lees is underway. The beautiful clip through the leg side. And Durham's second innings is underway, 4 without loss. So yeah, that innings wrapped up pretty quickly, Sam.
Yes, it was almost over in the blink of an eye, those bowling changes. Ben Rain and Matt Potts. 6 or 7 overs between them, can't have been much more than that. Went from 4 down to all out. I mean, we did say at the top of the show that Worcestershire maybe don't bat as deep as Durham. You need to get through that top order and then you feel like you're massively in the game, and Durham did.
Tricky period now for Durham. And Lees repeats the dose with a lovely clip off his legs. Smith looking to go full and straight. And the big left-hander clips it away for 4 more. 8 without loss.
So it's the brightest, nicest it's been all day, really.
Yeah,
probably the warmest as well.
It's the most blue sky we've had for sure. Not much overhead, but all kind of around us, to the north and to the west. And even around to the east over Lumley Castle we have some blue sky. But Worcester can't let Durham get a flyer here. If they get a flyer, you would have to feel it's game over. And Durham already 8 without loss after 3 balls. And Lee's now defending on the leg side. It's a huge period to get up for this for Worcestershire. They must take early wickets. They need to have Durham, you would say, probably 2 down tonight to still feel that they're in the game. But we've seen that things can happen quickly and can happen in bunches. You've got Borthwick on a pair, he'll be nervous. You don't want to get out twice on a day. Lee's striking the ball beautifully so far in the first over. This time finds mid-on. Yeah, it's a horrible feeling. Been there, done it. Got that T-shirt, being out twice in a day.
Worst nightmare, isn't it, for a batter?
It's a horrible feeling, especially when you're captain and leading the side. You want to lead from the front. Picked up a good 70 down at Essex last week after failing in the first innings, Borthwick. And he'll want to contribute here again in the second innings to get Durham up to a total that Worcestershire can't achieve. Last ball of the first over. So I thought, until Smith decided that he was going to bowl it from 19. Oh, no, that's not true. He oversteps and it's a no ball.
Nothing you did wrong there.
Yeah, 10 without loss. It's a great start for Durham, isn't it? And this is what, it's a tough period, but if Durham can get away, like natural scoring rate's been about that 4 and over, and if you feel that they're around the 50 mark, that's a huge lead, isn't it, after day 1?
And that'd be ahead. Their lead will be bigger than Worcestershire's first innings total.
Yeah.
Which is not a great way to go into the evening.
And Lees defends this one out, and that ends the first over this time, 10 without loss. Lees striking 2 beautiful boundaries through mid-wicket. He's on 8, Borthwick yet to face a ball.
Yeah, it's turning into a pleasant-ish evening as Tommy Taylor, who took the new ball from the Finkel end earlier on this morning. Feels like a long time ago this morning, actually. It won't be far off me being at the ground for 12 hours. It's like the kind of Vic's average day, I think, as member of the ground staff. Rolled in about just before 8 o'clock. It was about 8 o'clock, I think. I managed to get here. Beautiful. Love being early. Ideal there's a gym on site. Just pop over there as well.
Very early.
Yeah. I'm a morning person. I'm usually going to sleep about now. That's why I've fallen asleep during previous England games. Taylor around the wicket. Driven nicely by Borthwick, and he's off that pair. He'll feel a little bit better about life. He'd have felt pretty good, given his side made 190 and bowled Worcestershire out for just 112.
Mate, I promise you'll feel more than a little bit better. You'll feel a whole lot better. It was good footwork and positive intent as well there. Taylor a little bit of shape away from the left-hander again from around the wicket, but Borthwick's feet moving beautifully into that drive. The only thing he'll probably be disappointed about there is that he wasn't able to hit the gap and get more than the one.
Jake Libby, the Worcestershire skipper, doing the fielding. A lot to think about. Lee's pushing at that one, but even that felt like a positive shot, didn't it? Feet moving, pushing at it. None of this hanging in the bat.
Do you think it almost gives them a bit of freedom, Sam, that they think that they know they can take 10 wickets on this pitch? They know they've got a really good lead, and if they bat probably even half decently, they'll feel that they're right in the box seat here in this game.
Yeah, and I think Ryan Campbell will have got that message across them. I mean, let's be honest, they could bat badly and probably still have a 200 lead to bowl at. So, inside edge. That early movement from Taylor, who earlier on today was just pitching it on middle leg and trying to move it away from the lefty. He's just playing slightly down the wrong line, pick up a single.
It's funny what that positive mindset can do for a batter and their feet and thinking about scoring runs rather than just surviving. And on the flip side of that, Worcestershire know that this is a huge lead. This is a huge lead. Durham's bowling attack for one is very impressive. This pitch is tough to score runs on too. We've got 3 slips in place, which I'm impressed with actually to start.
That one just keeps a touch low. Borthwick trying to cut that square of the wicket. I think, yeah, Worcestershire have to keep attacking.
Yeah.
I think the last thing they want to do is set a field that just allows Durham to take ones, that allows them to nick balls through second and third slip. Because the only way, right, this game isn't going to be a draw unless it rains for the next 3 days. I mean, I've watched a little bit of cricket. I'm not particularly insightful most of the time, but I think I'm right in saying this won't be a draw. So they've got to say, how can we win this game? That's a beauty. And the only way they can win this game is if they bowl out Durham out for 150 tops.
Yeah, you don't want to be chasing more than 230, 240 on this pitch.
And even that doesn't anywhere near guarantee them winning the game.
Not at all.
The only way they can be favourites again, I think, is if they bowl Durham out for less than 100. And even then, it's probably still even. So yeah, take wickets. The ideal for Durham here is the end of that second over, a dozen without loss. 0 down, even 1 down. Come tonight, it'll be a lovely night's sleep for the Durham squad.
Yeah, absolutely. Right in the box seat at the moment. They lead by 90. All 10 wickets remaining. And the busiest man on the planet at the moment is Sam Blacklock, putting highlights packages and things like that together for social media.
Oh, a few highlights.
Durham. It's been a busy day. 20 wickets falling. And Smith is going to try round the wicket this time to Alex Lees, who gets an inside edge. It's rushing down towards fine leg. Weight does the feeling in front of us. Gingerly, shall we say. This is the other hard thing as well, just to get yourself up. You've already bowled a couple of spells. You know it's pretty decent bowling conditions, but it's hard work. Smith's really charging in here. Can Worcestershire get on his coattails? But to do that, they're going to need to pick up early wickets and build that energy. He's now over the wicket to Borthwick. And Borthwick this time tucks it away beautifully off his legs. And that will make the skipper feel good. Smith a little too straight to the left-hander so far. Wouldn't be surprised if he comes... Well, there you go. He's going to come round the wicket to Borthwick now. He hasn't quite got his line right. And Durham is 17 without loss after a bit of a flyer here.
Ideal. Ideal. Borthwick's feeling bat on ball as well. If you're a Durham supporter, if you're sat on that Durham dressing room, you just go, this is good. Already, what are we, 3 overs in desperate need of a wicket, really.
Borthwick this time pulls, but can't beat Amir Verdi at square leg. It's unlucky there, Borthwick.
Just having a quick look around, actually. I don't think Kashi Fali is out there, is he?
Well, I can't see the white floppy.
He was in a lot of pain. Hopefully he is all right.
He's had a bit of a rough day, hasn't he? I wonder if he did that calf maybe in the field as well. And that he did spend some time off, didn't he, in the fielding innings? But he did also dive in the wicket ends, the footholes. One of the used pitches here. Borthwick defends nicely out into the offside.
Yeah, there is that subfielder. We saw him a little bit earlier on. Rehan Edvalaf, academy graduate. And backward point up with the squad. I think we've seen Harry Darley as well, and Brett D'Oliveira is the other man in the 14th. In the 14.
Still 17 without loss, Durham. So a little bit distracted by some loud shouting out there. Just trying to figure out what that was. Smith comes in around the wicket and Borthwick defends out into the offside. 17 without loss after 3. Good start for Durham. Positive footwork. Alex Lees on 10 not out. Scott Borthwick on 5. 3 boundaries so far in the innings. Durham lead by 95.
Tommy Taylor. Around the wicket to Alex Lees. Ben Allison does the fielding in the covers. Had to watch that one. He was bouncing a couple of times on that square. Watched it well. No run.
Yeah, he's fielding over to where the England women and New Zealand women were training on those pitches out in the middle, and they've been well used for ball throughs and things like that as well. So, yeah. The big man in the covers. Bowled beautifully this morning.
A bit of fielding off his own bowling. Tommy Taylor there. Yeah, he did bowl beautifully, didn't he, Ben Allison?
Yeah,
I wouldn't be letting him get off the coach back at Worcestershire. Well,
yeah, lock him on.
They're up here till Friday, until Friday night they've got a T20. He will not be getting off that coach without signing a new deal, or a deal at Worcestershire if I was them. He's been brilliant. Got one that cut a fraction low. I think maybe he felt it kept lower than it actually did.
Yeah, be devastated about.
That one lifts.
Probably the first one from this end,
yeah.
isn't it?
Alex Lees just happened to sway, not quite underneath it, but from where he was about to get on the front foot. He just had to lift his bat, or drop his bat out of the way, lift his body.
Will Smith, match referee, what do you think he's going to make of this surface? Do you think this is one that'll go back to headquarters and somebody will come out and have a look?
I think headquarters will be busy looking at the scores around the,
I agree.
the country.
I agree.
I don't know.
Some of them are out grounds as well, aren't they?
Yeah, but then that shouldn't matter, because if He's turned that off his hips. Just the one. Amar Verdi does well. But an outground, it shouldn't matter if you're playing in the same competition, then you've got to hold it to the same standard, which presumably they do. I don't know. I think there needs to be a bit of leeway. You know, we've had all these stodgy draws and people get really critical. There's so much rain, as Vic said. They're having to prepare pitches really quickly. The ECB scheduling says, right, we need, if you're going to have a new pitch for each T20, then, which a lot of sides like to do, then you have to do that really quickly. So I just think they need to leave them alone, actually.
Yeah, it's been a tough year for the groundsman.
No run there, turn to mid-wicket, where I think Rob Jones does the fielding.
Like I said,
No, it's not Rob Jones, Nathan Smith, sorry.
About plan Z on the old pitch plan.
Yeah, spreadsheets had a few versions. So.
Yeah, I think he's deleted the spreadsheet. I think he's literally going out there in a couple of weeks in advance and seeing what surface could be best used. It's great to have him on early, wasn't it? I love talking to people who love cricket. He's definitely a cricket lover.
No ball from Tommy Taylor. Just getting his. I think he bowled a couple last week, if I remember rightly, don't you, Road?
Just going to have a look. They bowled a couple in the first innings, didn't they? There's already a couple now in the second innings. Just going to check Durham. I think I can remember Siddle bowling a no ball. That's about it, I think.
It would have been
Yeah,
from the
just
other
the
end.
one no ball in the first innings for Durham. That was 3 in the first innings.
Sure, he
Smith and Taylor. Smith bowled 2, Taylor bowled 1.
Gets in behind that one, Borthwick. End of the over. Still 8 to go today. 20 without loss. Durham lead by 98.
They each have a no ball so far today, or this evening in the second innings. Sam says Durham 20 without loss, lead by 98. Smith is going to continue around the wicket. Lee's on strike. Punches off the back foot but can't get past our man, who's back on the field in his wide brim floppy hat. So that's a good sign for Worcestershire fans. Not moving the freest, but he's out there. Ali. Got some strapping on his leg by look at his adjusting that under his white trousers. And again, that bounce that Sam Dallings talked about on bowling from the Lumley end. Lee's right up on his toes, the big man, taking the bottom hand off the bat and defending that one out into the offside. It is only natural with the amount of moisture, I guess, that Vic was talking about in the pitch, that it will start to harden up in different areas and you will get variable bounce, especially with the amount of live grass that is on the pitch. I did see him out there at the lunch break on his hands and knees inspecting his baby. Stan Lees is defending, thick inside edge out into the onside. That's hard. It must kill him when he gets the negative stuff that comes through. These guys really work hard trying to prepare the best pitches that they can. Is that him running actually down there at the foot? It is. I've never seen that before.
It's great. I think that's one of the wonderful reasons, as well as him being a brilliant speaker. It's great to have him on because people, the ground staff, don't get a chance to have a voice.
Yeah.
So people just criticise them with no context. It's like, oh, it's just, well, it's easy. Why not? Just got to get a pitch ready.
Yeah.
Just crack on. Why is it not playing well? So it's great that it helps that he's such a brilliant speaker, but and he's very insightful about it as well.
And honest as well. I think he'll hold his hands up at the Leicestershire pitch, for example. He wasn't happy with it, but he said kind of they didn't really have a choice but to play on that pitch with the weather that had been around. And then you look at the beautiful. Nobody mentions it, like the great surfaces when we got 220 in Lancashire, nearly knocked it off. And Lee's edges. And that's a good catch at third slip.
Ethan Brooks.
Brooks in there at third slip. Lee's just flirting with that one outside off stump. And Worcestershire get a much needed breakthrough.
Mooted celebrations, I think, from Worcestershire. But it's a great catch. It's almost it's got on him so quickly, it's almost behind him when he takes it. Pushes that one. No, it's not, in fact, at all. But it's gone real low to him. It flew. Absolutely flew. I thought he had just turned his body.
20 for 1. Durham lead by 98. Lees goes. Caught by Brooks. Off the bowling of Smith for 11.
21 wickets in the day so far.
Just checking out the new batsman here. It's Graham Clark, who is going to join.
Not a night watcher then.
Not quite. He was down. We batted 7, didn't he, in the first innings? We had Colin Ackerman bat at 3 in the first innings. So I guess another opening batter. He has done that, batted in the middle order in the red ball stuff, but obviously opens up in Durham's T20. He'll join his captain Scott Borthwick out in the middle, with Worcestershire hoping to get back-to-back wickets here. Got the early breakthrough this morning, the first one in the first over of the day. Did Smith when he trapped Borthwick right in front. And he's picked up the first wicket in the second innings as well. Picking up Alex Lees. Clark on strike. This is fallen straight, and Clark drives down to mid-off but can't beat the man, and that ends a successful over and brings a much needed wicket to Worcestershire.
Wicket
Poor
maiden.
Stevie up on the roof. Have you just heard the ground announcer there?
Just giving the score out.
Yeah, and the scorer and everything, and Stevie's up on the roof.
Oh, I've been trying to avoid it for so long.
Oh,
Oh, Stevie, I'm sorry. We've done so well. We may as well. We could. I mean, maybe he has noise-cancelling headphones on. I don't know.
I hope so for his sake. He's still hearing that, I reckon.
It's a couple of minutes. The change around.
His VHS is probably not working anyway.
Oh, Tommy Taylor around the wicket. Stevie. Sun is out. It's beautiful. Scott Borthwick is driving into the offside for no run. Oh, we've done so long. Done so long. Well, you know, Sunderland will be delighted. They're super fan. Jude Bellingham. Got one.
Yeah. Sorry, Stevie.
I still think Gareth Southgate might be copping a bit of flack even if it stays like this.
Couldn't have left it any later, could
Oh,
they?
seconds from being out. Deservedly out by the looks of it as well. They'll win it now. Left alone. Well bowled. That's well left as well from Scott Borthwick.
Good cricket, as Mr. Boycott would say.
He just went, oh, nope, I won't play at that shot. Not right now.
Yeah, it is. It's a good ball and a great leave. Still the best part of 7 overs remaining today. Just gives Durham something to think about, doesn't it? They're not just none down and cruising. There's a wicket.
Just a single down to Amar Verdi. Though Borthwick is looking for the second. He won't get it.
Dare I say it, we are bathed in
Yeah,
sunshine
it's
for the
beautiful.
first time today.
Maybe they should just keep playing. If there's rain forecast tomorrow, why can't we just sandwich the
Till
days
10
together
o'clock.
and get 30 odd overs in now?
Ross and Steve wouldn't mind upstairs, I know though.
The bowlers will be pretty fresh still. They've been
Yeah.
shortish spells.
Why not?
I think that's where English cricket is its downfall. It just doesn't do the sensible thing. Forecast rain tomorrow. We don't mind being here another 3 or 4 hours. Play while it's light.
Got nowhere to be, mate, have we?
No, I haven't. Outside edge, but soft hands will bring a boundary as well to Graham Clark. Went wide of the man at third slip. Credit to Worcestershire still having a third slip in there. And I think benefit of the doubt that was played with soft hands. Stevie, I'm going to blame Stevie actually. I think he done so well. He lined everyone up. He told them all. He told us. He asked us not to do it on the stream. It just hadn't quite got round to the announcer to say, please don't read the score out. Sorry, Stevie. You'll learn for next time for the quarterfinals. There's a T20 game, I think, on for the quarterfinals to make sure everyone's on board. I think it might be a bit livelier in the ground, mind you. Turn straight to mid-wicket. Ben Allison does the fielding. So the free slips for Worcestershire are Adam Hose, Rob Jones and Ethan Brooks. Brooks has just taken a good catch, low catch that was flying off the outside edge of Alex Lees. He was out twice in a day.
Yep, can happen.
Without really any blame attributable to him. A couple of decent balls he got.
Yeah, 2 nicks.
If you're nicking them on a pitch like this, it shows you're a pretty good player.
Yeah, that's very true. Mate, what a beautiful evening we have here.
End of the over. 6 to go, but I'm going to bash another 30 on. Come on, Graham. The scoreboard's been glitching all day. Just tell the umpires that, that there's another 30. 10 past 9. All I can see in front of me is blue sky.
Blue sky, shadows, long shadows. We've only got 1 shadow on the ground as well, rather than the 6 from the floodlights.
They can go off, I reckon. There's one. There they are.
As if by magic.
Oh. Save on that electricity bill.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful.
Smith in round the wicket to Borthwick. And this is edged and it goes to second slip, and it's just that little bit of extra bounce that we've seen from the Lumley end. Borthwick trying to drop his hands on that one. But Rob Jones takes a comfortable catch at second slip, and Borthwick's on his way for 6. Durham at 25 for 2. They lead by 103.
Game is moving on. Very, very quickly. Smith around the wicket to the left hand. You can see Borthwick just goes, hang on a minute. How's that one got that high? Does just lift. It's a beauty of delivery. He has to play it, Scott Borthwick, on line. It's a decent catch as well. And Worcestershire a little bit more enthusiastic after that wicket. You can feel a bit of life back in the game. Rob Jones isn't going to drop those. Is it straight in to the bread basket.
Brightened by the sun and some early wickets. Worcestershire now still 5.5 overs remaining in the day, and they'll be looking to try and cash in and seeing if they can have Durham 3 or 4 down by the close of play. But great bowling from Smith and a comfortable catch from Rob Jones. Sees the end of the Durham captain.
Who are we going to see now?
Just looking at that walk. Is that Delader? Matthew Potts. So we're definitely going for night watchman.
But what we're going to do now, because Potts would have been the man to talk to, but not out batters don't like talking.
Ah, is that a thing?
Yeah, a lot of them don't.
Really?
Yeah.
I probably don't know, because I was probably never not out overnight. That's why. Mate, you won't be able to shut Potsy up. I'm sure he'll have a chat.
That's true. That is true.
And to be fair, he's got some work to do to remain not out before the end of play. As Durham 25 for 2 now, lead 103. Doesn't look quite as big with 2 wickets down. It was looking enormous there with 90 without loss. But a couple of quick wickets of Worcestershire back in the game. As Potts now faces up to Smith. And he is beaten again by a ball back of a length that flies through to Roderick. It's amazing what a bit of sun on your back can do. And the mood has totally changed out there in the middle.
Yeah, sunshine. Sunshine and smiles.
Yeah, from the Worcestershire guys out there at the moment. They'll have been down in the dumps there with that start from Durham. The 2 opening batters got off to a little flyer. Some early boundaries, but they've hit right back, as we've seen all day. As soon as the batting team gets on top, wickets can fall quickly. Potts solidly in behind that one and defends down the pitch. Got a beauty in the first innings, but Smith just clipped. He's off bail.
I think they call him Horse.
That definitely sounds like it.
Is it the haircut? I think it might be the haircut that sort of doesn't really resemble a horse, but people will latch onto anything.
He's charging in now and oversteps. It's an excellent leave that on length from Potts. Again, good pace. That one nipping back off the seam. But you just feel the complexion of this game has changed again in the last couple of Smith overs. It's funny, every time you tend to feel comfortable, something really happens. Worcestershire cruising along in their innings. Durham were cruising along. And bang, bang, as Vic said earlier, wickets fall. That one's left alone by Potts outside off stump. But real energy and effort in this run-up from Smith now. Charging in from the Lumley end. Seat Unique Riverside bathed in sunshine at the end of day one. 7:15. Still, what have we got? Another 5 overs after this. .27 for 2, Durham. Another good lead from Potts. Durham lead by 105.
Need to see a few more balls left alone, I think. Anything that's not on the stumps, just try and leave it. Just be there tomorrow morning, is what Durham batters will be thinking. You'd hope that's what they're thinking. Anyway, I could be completely wrong. That might not be an approach they take at all.
Oh, Potts tempted into a drive with a wide full one from Smith, but resists ultimately, and that one's allowed through to the keeper. So again, on Sam's advice, Potts leaves. It's always nice to know someone's listening to you, Sam.
Well, you know, they've got the earpiece in. He knows I want to chat to him later. Maybe he's just trying to avoid chatting to me by being not out.
Yeah, maybe. 27 for 2, lead 105. Graham Clark on 4, Potts yet to get off the mark.
Couple of wickets then for Nathan Smith, 2 for 17. Can they prize a couple more out, Worcestershire? If they can, and I wouldn't say it's a good day, but it's not an awful one. It's been a fun day. We've seen a lot.
Oh yeah.
It's a long day. Defending there, Graham Clark, 4 unbeaten. A chance to bat for him. Chance to bat for a decent amount of time as well.
I'd have been tempted to get Allison into the attack, you know, as early as possible after his spell this morning. I know he might prefer the Lumley end to the Finkel end. Just put the curse on Durham's batters there, but I just felt that he was the pick of the bowlers this morning, and you want to maybe get even a short spell out of him tonight.
Yeah, I'm with you. Defended by Graham Clark to that man, Ben Allison. Enjoying life in the sunshine, but yes, you might feel he should be out there. And I would be inclined to agree with him as well. Oh, he is out there, sorry, out there bowling is what I meant to say. He is out there. Doesn't need to feel he's out there, because he is.
How do you think Verdi's feeling right now? Thinking that he's come all the way up here, and he's probably not going to get a ball.
Yeah, but he'd be delighted to be playing, I think. Just delighted to be out there. Oh, that's a beauty. That is lifted. We've seen a few go underground, or at least keep a little low anyway, from the Finkel end. That one has gone through at almost chest height to Gareth Roderick, from a decent length as well.
Yeah, it was a beauty. Told you he should have been bowling.
It's, you know, it's a difficult time. He's in a difficult spot in his career. Amar Verdi. He just needs overs. He needs to go somewhere. And this would have been a decent shout on Worcestershire because they haven't got a frontline spinner at the moment. just needs to bowl a few hundred overs in a summer.
Yeah, it's tough, and I mean they might give him a call up again. They might have said, "Listen, come up here this week. You might not get much of a bowl, but you get to know all the boys, and you get to spend a week up here, and then we'll pull you back in September, like you've just said there.
I hope so. Yeah,
to have a crack at the back end of the season.
That I
see talent like that go to waste. And you don't want him to become disillusioned with the whole game either.
That's what you worry about, isn't it? So little cricket. Oh, big shout for LBW. Very big shout for LBW. It's given. It was a long, slow death there for Graham Clark, that umpire. I think it's Shanmugam at this end. They've changed ends in between the innings. Eventually the finger goes up. And Graham Clark has to go for 4. I was surprised it took so long for the finger to go up there, really, Ashford.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, that. There's a bit of swing there, so he's probably just making sure that hasn't gone too far.
Nice to see an umpire. Just think about it.
Just make sure it wasn't outside the line. I ultimately think it was a decent decision, but there was a lot to consider there, and I think he's took his time, and I think he's probably made the right decision. But there was swing. Just checking if Clark had got outside the line or not.
So what do we do here? Because we've got 2 night watches. Is that Siddle?
It looks like him.
So we're just changing the batting order a little bit.
Yeah,
it is Peter Siddle.
It is Sid's.
Okay.
Love this.
So we've 3 down, 27 for 3, Durham. We've not seen Ollie Robinson, we've not seen Ben Stokes. So presumably the way it goes is 12 overs left. You go, right, so the openers are going to go out, and then it's a choice for the rest of the batters, presumably, to Beddingham, to Stokes,
I love this.
to Robinson.
I think what they're trying to see is let's see if we can get to day 2 with all of our batters, the likes of Ackerman, Beddingham, Robinson, Stokes, Deleda, still in hand. What you don't want it to do is to fall it into a farce, and all of these lower order players, and you end up 5 down.
Yeah, that's the risk.
But that is the risk.
I don't want people to run out of partners, but it's interesting. I'm enjoying it. Worcestershire enjoying it a little bit more. 5 here is the cry from one of the fielders. Just feel they've got a route back into the game here, Worcestershire. 3 slips wait, as does Peter Siddle. Into the over then. 8 overs gone in this Durham innings, and as ever, things are happening quickly. A wicket maiden from Tommy Taylor, and we have reached the stage of the game where Durham, the scorecard has just gone off. 27 for 3, there we are, found the scorecard.
4 overs remaining. We don't want the day to end. I'm sure Durham want the day to end with hopefully just the 3 wickets down.
Look how blue it is. I don't know if we can get a shot from above us.
Come on, Stevie.
Come
I know
on,
your
Stevie.
day bean's ruined, but help us out. Stevie and Ross.
Show us the Lumley end.
What you got?
In its full glory.
It's going to be Smith to continue, not surprising. Potts edges, and it's a great stop by Brooks at 3rd slip. Didn't quite carry, but that's what happens, isn't it? When you've got that energy and you've got that belief that the ball's coming to you every time. Outstanding piece of fielding by the young man. Jones is going, can we have 4 slips in here? And he says, why not? As Big Ben Allison comes into 4th slip. I love it when you know, they play cricket every day and then just get excited by moments like this where you just go back to being a kid and the reason why you started in the first place. Potts, a little flirt at that one as he allows that one through to Roderick. Did he play? Did he leave? Only he'll know that one. I think he was a bit nervous there. So we've seen the ball nip back quite a lot on occasions. Ollie Robinson being the perfect example. Got an absolute beauty from Smith. That went between bat and pad and knocked his middle stump out. But I've absolutely loved it. I mean, it's been a long day, but I've absolutely loved it. It's been such a battle. Ball on top, obviously. 23 wickets. Potts is beaten this time outside the off stump.
But there's been little moments where batters have shown that you can score runs on this pitch.
We've seen 50 from Stokes. We've seen 50 from Ali. We've seen Ollie Robinson look really good. Bedingham for a brief period of time looked amazing. I think, as Vic rightly called it, if you can build a partnership, it's when everything just seems to quieten down, because you're expecting wickets all the time on this pitch. And Potts is beaten again by Smith. He's probably wanting to leave that, but he's drawn in by the line. And probably of what Potts has witnessed today, he doesn't want to be the one that's seen leaving the ball and watching it cutting into his stumps. All systems go here at the Riverside today. And now, absolutely the best part of the day. It is beautiful. And Potts drives down, and Smith throws it back and nearly runs Potts out. All happening. One ball remaining of the over. Just the 19 balls left. Felt like Bill Lorry there for a minute. It's all happening.
I've just seen a friend of mine, sorry Steve if you can hear this, but has put on social media that his mother left the house in an absolute huff.
I love that.
93 minutes in and didn't take her phone with her.
Oh, good.
So it's just angry somewhere for no reason whatsoever.
It's just a shame there'll be so many replays. Smith really wide of the pitch, sorry, wide of the wicket. And tries to bounce Potts. And that one's down to Roderick. Yeah, it reminds me a bit of the old Newcastle 4-4 game against Arsenal, where loads of the crowd left and then were trying to get back in towards the end.
Not me. I was still there.
Well, yeah.
Half of our group left. There was just two of the four of us with season tickets at the time.
Chiote's left foot volley.
Oh, may he rest in peace.
Somehow dribbled into the corner.
Steve Harper's people's elbow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should have won
the
it
other night, actually, Harps.
Yeah, I saw actually tweeted. Should have won it.
Watching the Yorkshire game.
Oh, what a day that was. That was beautiful. So we're going to see Ben Allison change of bowling at the
Big
Finkel end.
Because Taylor's just took a wicket in the last over as well, so I like that captaincy.
We'll look after his seamers as well. Jake Levy, that'll be in the back of his mind.
Yeah.
I've got
He's
this.
got through, what, 4 overs there?
Yeah. No need to take any risk. And if you're going to give Allison an over or two, he's got to give him 2, really. You can't just give him 1.
You don't want that warm-up over.
Warm-up ball, that one
That
goes.
is 100% a warm-up ball.
Ollie Robinson ends up just about on the square still. Not Ollie Robinson at all, Gareth Roderick. Ollie Robinson is sat in the changing room. I did that the other week somewhere else, so it's very
It's easy done. Long days these, mate.
Particularly today, given
they've both kept.
Both kept. Roderick's kept twice. That front line being worked on again. Ben Stokes had a go at it a bit earlier on.
He might have a bit of repair work to do there, Vic.
Oh, he'll be delighted. He'll love to see that, Vic.
Look at them sat out there in the sunshine. They're shielding his eyes from the sun, Vic, down in front of the old scoreboard.
His deck chair's back.
Didn't take him long to be right on the money, did it, Allison? It's very impressive this morning.
Yeah, he's not as quick as someone like a Taylor or Smith, but he's taller, so gets that natural bounce.
Yeah.
The accuracy is there. Taylor does bowl. He hasn't bowled in this second spell, but does bowl the odd 4 ball. And then Allison, I just really like the look of.
Yeah, like I said earlier, the first time I've seen him bowl, I've been very impressed. I know it's been a useful surface, but I still think he's hit a really good area.
It's a little bit too wide. He's gone through both sides of this pitch in this over. The one in the middle, in between, is where he wants to be. So he's found his radar. He's put his markers down, way outside leg. Difficult to come back as well. Now you're only going to bowl a couple of overs. But he'll just be loving playing cricket. I think he's got a younger brother playing Essex Twos as well. I think. Might be making that up, but I'm sure I've seen a scorecard earlier in the summer. Poor slips. Oh, played with soft hands by Peter Siddle, in fairness. Genuine outside edge as Ethan Brooks puts a slide in. They come back for a couple, but yeah, soft hands by Peter Siddle.
Reshuffle to the batting lineup as well might be. Thought as if Bedingham spent the innings off the field, so he won't be able to bat before a certain length of time. Or
yes, did we hear anything about that?
No, we haven't heard anything as of yet. However, we'll ask William Dobson, who'll be listening. He'll give us some more information. Not sure if it's time or whether because the innings is completed. I'm not sure. So we'll go to the experts. William, if you're listening, drop us a line if it's not too much trouble.
Yes, and I guess because he didn't field for the whole of the innings, then
is it 7 or something,
over.
or time,
yeah,
or
yeah.
I don't think it's going to be time.
No, otherwise he might might find himself sat there. All right, well, can I go out yet? Because we're 9 down.
On his own.
Well, they've got a bit. He's got the night to get himself right. Siddle was defending, so end of the over. Allison's first of this second innings. Durham 29 for 3 after 10.
2 overs left in the day. Quite nicely negotiated that from Peter Siddle. Durham lead by 107. Sam's going to be doing a post-match with the Durham guys tonight. I think he's trying to get Matthew Potts or...
It feels like a Matthew Potts day, doesn't it?
Yeah. Or whoever. There's going to be plenty to talk about, mate.
Yes, it's one of those... It's almost an interview that you just go, talk me through.
Yeah, give me the rundown. Yeah. Thank you very much for your time. Good luck tomorrow.
See you about 4 o'clock tomorrow.
As Smith comes in, and Potts defends nicely to mid-off. So as we thought, the great man William Dobson says it's the amount of time that he was off, so the time that he was off for the Worcestershire innings, or to bat number 7, whichever is sooner.
Okay. So the Worcestershire innings was 33 overs.
Is that all? 33, wow.
But I still wouldn't put it beyond it being number 7 because that'll come sooner.
That's hoping he's okay. And able to bat in the second innings as Potts gets a thick outside edge. Out to Ali, who's having to get down on his knees again to field that one. He's had a rough day in the field. A good day with the bat. .29 for 3 Durham in their second innings. Potts drives but can't beat the man at mid-off. 107 lead. Potts yet to get off the mark, faced 15 deliveries now. Siddle's on 2. You just heard the cry there from the Worcestershire crew. One more here, one more. Can we take one more? As the sun's trying to hide behind a cloud. But it's definitely the most blue sky we've seen all day. And Potts trying to work that one to the leg side, gets a leading edge.
Nothing to get too excited about, Ash. It's only me.
That's okay, mate. Always nice to see your name pop up.
Yeah, one more. One more, and they might feel it's even. Will they?
I think you'd have to say Durham, with what they have left in the shed, will be pretty happy. As Potts allows that one through.
Yes, with respect to the others. If they had Stokes, Bedingham and Chloe Robinson out, that's
I mean, 3 big wickets tonight, don't get me wrong. And
But
Lees, Borthwick and Clark, however, like you say, with the likes of the in-form Robinson, Beddingham, Ben Stokes making his highest score so far, and he'll look to continue to build into his test match preparation. So you know his mentality straight away. And you've got delayed as dangerous, and that Ben Rain. Potts defends nicely, and that'll end an excellent spell from Smith tonight. He's bowled 6 overs, 2 for 17. He can take his cap and take his sweater. I think he's had a good night so far. Allison will bowl the last over, looking to take that wicket. And I guess at least Durham now will only be 4 down at the end of play. At very worst.
And Ackerman. Completely forgot about him.
I did indeed.
So did I.
Colin Ackerman, yeah.
So effectively,
Sorry,
what we've got is 3, 4, 5 and 6 still to come. So they've played this pretty well.
It's got the engine room still there, haven't they?
And they're going to be 107 and maybe a couple more than that in the lead tomorrow morning. So it's beautiful here. Barely a cloud in the sky. You'd assume if it wasn't England, it'd been like this all day. Allison tries to catch it. I think that's going to be leg buys.
4 valuable leg buys, yep.
Roderick can't get across. Every run counts now. Leading to up to 1-1-1. Amar Verdi down there. Penny for his thoughts, as Ash was saying.
Yeah, bless him.
Just, I hope he's just in a good headspace and enjoying playing a bit of cricket.
I hope they've had that conversation, Sam, just to say, listen, well, if that is in fact the plan that Worcestershire have, that they want to bring him back in September. Because you would hate to think it's a 1 week and done kind of thing. I don't like, we talked about it earlier, the 1 week loan system.
Oh, that one's gone a little bit low, as we've seen from this Finkel end. Siddle pushing at that one. Just 4 balls to negotiate then before the end of the day. The first day, believe it or not, even though we're in the 3rd innings. Durham 190 all out, stuck in by Jake Libby. 4 for Nathan Smith. 3 for Ben Allison, who's outstanding. He's got ball in hand now. 56 from Ben Stokes. It was that middle order of the engine room that haven't batted yet. Beddingham 21, Robinson 35, Stokes 56. Gave Durham that lead, having bowled out Worcestershire for just 112. Haven't seen Kashif Ali out there either. 55 he made. Oh, soft hands from Peter Siddle. He's played a couple of those like that. Matt Potts celebrates his inclusion in the England squad for their first test against the West Indies with 4 for 29. 3 for Ben Rain, 2 for Peter Siddle, 1 for Ben Stokes. And then we kept going. We still had 12 overs to go. Still had 12 overs. Can you believe it?
It's the day that keeps on giving.
It is. And Durham find themselves 3 down here, 33 for 3, 111 in the lead. They've played around with the batting order a little bit. Colin Ackerman, Dave Beddingham, Ollie Robertson, Ben Stokes. Not a bad 6, 7, 8 and 9. Ooh, he's pushed at that one, Peter Siddle. He says, he just says, yeah, sorry, just zipped a bit. I probably shouldn't be throwing my bat at that at all, really. You can zip all you want, but if it starts a foot and a half outside off stump, you just leave it alone at this stage. 2 balls left, or is it just 1?
I think there's 2. Yeah, 2.
Don't have to scoreboard hadn't ticked over.
Yeah, you've got the leg buys up the front there. Yeah, 2 balls.
Beauty, that one. Siddle just gives a nod of approval. I think he just about drew the bat away. He's played a couple with soft hands. Peter Siddle knows what he's doing. Played that this night. Watch a role in test venues with bigger crowds than here today. Knows how to play it. Won't be feeling flustered. He's quite a chilled out man. As I think for the last ball, we're going to have either a 5th slip or a gully trot across. Nathan Smith has been called for. Is he going to take another step? Oh, what do we call that? Do we call that gully? Is there enough room between 4th and...
Oh, yeah. He's a catcher.
He's a catcher. Left alone. And we've seen a few catches today as well. End of the day then. Bathed in sunshine here in the northeast. Durham have reached 33 for 3. Their lead by 111. And probably there's that pano of the blue sky as well.
Thanks,
Look
lads.
at
Better
that.
late than never.
I think they'll be pretty pleased with their work, Durham, today.
Yeah, I think they'll be disappointed to lose the 3 wickets tonight, but ultimately you've got to give credit to Worcestershire, who who fought back into it there after a little cameo partnership from Lees and Borthwick to start that innings. At the end of the day, Durham have a healthy lead. They've still got a lot of their key batsmen still to come. And what should be another action-packed day too. And we look forward to seeing you down here at the Seat Unique Riverside or joining us here on Durham Live. And from myself, Ash Thorpe and Sam Dalling, we wish you a good evening and thank you for watching.